you're thinking about buying BattleBit, here's some things you might want to consider before you buy it. I've just reached level 155, I've got every gun unlocked, and I got about 150 play hours in the game. So I'm just trying to give an honest review, my opinions, thoughts, things that I think can be improved in it, and things that I think that the game gets right perfectly. I'll start off with the pros because I feel like there's a lot more pros than cons. One thing, the VoIP in the game has given me more fun than almost any other game. A lot of people are comparing this game to Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, Bad Company 2, and I definitely see that, but those games were definitely limited to only having communication with your squad and your squad alone. Now, as someone who also plays the game Squad, I find that the communication system in this game is amazing, especially if you have a squad with you that uses microphones, and headsets and things like that. It really makes the play of the game more fluid and more tactical. Coming from someone who played Squad, this game can get very intense. Firefights can get, really realistic. You're getting pinned down, you got squad mates spawning on you, you're trying to build up some cover with the fortification system. It can get really hectic and really fun, especially with the large amount of players that can be in some of these games. Another thing that I think that it gets right is the guns, the gunplay, the attachments. One of the smaller concerns that I have is, they kind of fixed it in the last update. It took a lot to level up, and they lowered the XP cap per level, which was nice. But I feel like there's still a small lack of guns. I heard that they're going to be adding guns to it soon, which I think would definitely be nice. Maybe add some challenges to get them, some unique things you gotta do, like long distance sniping, or cool things like that. I definitely think the attachments are nice. I think some guns definitely need to be balanced a little bit, but it is a 3-man dev team working on a game, so I'm definitely gonna cut them some slack. And considering the game is in this state when they released it, other than occasional, maybe every 10 games getting a little lag spike here or there, I haven't had any real full crashes, any game-breaking bugs. From the people that I've talked to in game, I haven't heard anything negative to performance or anything like that. I'm running a 3070 Ti, obviously. Roblox graphics, you can run this thing on Ultra, no problem. One of the downsides, though, I will say to it is the lack of maps. There's only a few maps, obviously, they have a voting system, so, the community's going to vote their favorite maps quite often, so you'll see that you'll get stuck playing the same map 3 or 4 times over and over, which I don't really see being too big of a problem. You could always change up the playstyle with this game, which is great. One game, if I'm playing Pakistan, I'll play Recon, snipe a little bit, do a little suicide dronage, and, all that fun stuff, and then, I might be on the same map, 2 games later, and I'll run support, and hang out on the bridge and mow people down with an LMG. But another thing that I think that this game really needs to work on too is the vehicle play. I think helicopters and things like that really need just a little tweaking and things like that. I really enjoyed flying and things like that in Battlefield, and I don't know if it's just they need to open up a few more settings to be tweaked with vehicle controls and stuff like that, but I've definitely noticed that, especially the little birds, trying to fly them and shoot them and aim with them, I have trouble with it, I tried to figure out if I could remap my right click so I could spin up the miniguns on it before I start shooting, but every time I do that, it activates the free look while flying, so I can't really actively move and steer the aircraft while I'm trying to spool up. But other than that, I gotta say, this game's been really fun. I enjoy, just the gunplay, the vehicle play, ground vehicle, tanks, APCs, things like that are really fun. I pretty much live as the engineer class at these days now. I love, running the tandem round, blowing up tanks, APCs, and stuff like that.
No, it's because he needs ammo.
By the spawn road when they drive out and blowing them up with a
rear. I think I saw an ammo box.
Quick 4,000 XP. It's quite funny. You get some people kind of angry at you, but for $15 in a game that's in pre-alpha state with promised future content and devs that seem to really care about the community in general and the game, and they want it to be fun and to be fun. Just recently they released an update that allowed bandages to heal yourself, which I think was one of the best quality of life updates possible. And then they did small balances to guns and things like that. I definitely think a few more gadgets and things like that, and they'll be good to go. This is definitely by far the best pre-alpha game that I have ever seen come out. Kerbal Space Program 2 recently is another game I was excited to play that released in pre-alpha state, and it was almost unplayable. They've released a few updates since then, and I mean, it's been, what would I say now, about 6 months since that game came out. They've released about 3 updates, and the game is still almost in an unplayable state. They announce updates coming, and then they get pushed back, and it's not good. So it's nice to see a dev team that's very transparent on Discord, things like that, and are willing to drop regular updates and take community feedback. So, you know, I would definitely give this game a solid 9 out of 10 if you're looking for fun. You know, you're gonna have a lot to grind and get to all the guns, and once you get them, hopefully by then, you know, they'll add more, so you'll have way more to grind for. But even so, with everything unlocked for me now, with nothing really to grind for, I'm enjoying the game. I'm running new guns in different scenarios, I'm playing vehicles on different maps, I'm, you know, jumping around squads and talking to people and having a good time, so it's really what you make of it. You know, but definitely if you prefer more close quarters and fast pace, you know, definitely go with like a 32v32 mode. 64 versus 64 is really fun too, but you know, the 127 versus 127 is definitely where the hectic, you know, fun play is at. So, like I said, like 9 out of 10, I would definitely recommend it, especially for the price. I think I got it on Steam for like 15 bucks. So, I don't know if you do the math, but 150 hours divided by 15 bucks. I mean, that's a lot of fun for a little bit of money. So, I would definitely consider it a buy. And yeah, that's my video. I'll hopefully upload some more gameplay later this week. All right, have a good one, guys.